What's going on, YouTube? I'm Brandon. You're back in the Gill Strap Garage. I know I posted some videos of the Dyna saying it was finished. Started running this thing and it is getting hot on me. I'm talking like overheating like there's no tomorrow. So here's what I've came up with on it. The first night I was riding it around, I posted a video. I took my wife, got on the back of the bike, went around the block, took the kids around the block. Then I started hearing a little noise, shut it down, of course. Shut it down, parked it, was like, I'm gonna give it time to cool off. I was thinking maybe what happened is those roller rockers I put on in one of those videos, maybe I didn't clearance the valve cover enough, and when it's getting hot, it was starting to tick. Also thinking it could have been my variable pressure plate on my clutch, which I think I'm gonna get rid of that thing. That's besides the point. So I had it up on the lift and fired the bike up to let it start running and see if when it warmed up I could recreate the tick. And I noticed on the new pipe that I put on my new Thunder header, I was getting like some sparkling or crackling coming off of it, and I was kind of revving it up to check it out and see what was going on with that, revving it, looking at it like what is going on here. And then I see my headers changing colors like crazy. I mean, I'm not revving this thing up and up. I'm sure you guys have probably seen the videos online of people doing burnouts where their whole headers get red hot. Wasn't quite like that, but they were starting to get hot. So I shut it down, let it cool off again. Put my temp gun on it. I'm like, man, my temperatures are pretty high, like high 200s, which yeah, it's pretty high. Harleys run a little hot, but I mean, high 200s is pretty concerning. I'm talking like 275, 280. I mean, it was also static. I didn't have the air cooling it off. So I hit up a buddy of mine and got his thermal imager so I can see exactly what was getting hot. I brought the imager home. I threw it on there, and this thing got up to about 250 degrees within about 2 minutes. My heads seem like they're staying relatively cool. It looks like the cylinders themselves that are getting exposed to most of the heat. So then at that point I thought, okay, I'm down to a couple options. One, I'm not getting enough oil on them to cool it. Two, my tune is probably way off. So what I did before I bought a tuner is I tore the cam chest back down, cleaned the cam plate, blew air through every part of the system that I could, pulled the cleaning cap out of the cam plate, blew it all out, got it cleaned up the best I could, put it back together. Still getting pretty hot on me. So I spent the money, ordered myself a tuner. Could have gone with a little cheaper option. I went with the Power Vision. I plan on having the bike for a long time. Having the display, having the readouts, having everything, it just made sense to spend a little bit more and get what I wanted for the bike. I mean, she's an old gal, she's got some miles on her. I'm gonna do the best that I can to keep it running right, you know what I mean? We're gonna get ready to install this tuner. Oh, another thing I did too, I pulled all of the gas out of the system. The tank is empty now. The gas has been sitting in there since I parked it in about fall. October-ish, probably. I don't remember when the last time I really got to ride this thing was. The gas didn't smell too bad. I wasn't too concerned about that, but I did pull it out. I'm gonna fill it up with some fresh 91. So we're gonna be installing this tuner today, and we're gonna see if it helps clear up our issue. I told Fuel Moto what I had on the bike. That's who I bought the tuner from. I like buying tuners from Fuel Moto because they give you a pretty solid base map when you purchase from them. I told them what I had on the bike. Not a whole lot done to it. There's an exhaust, a K&N air filter, not much to it, but mapped to your specs by Fuel Moto. If I got any problems, their support is awesome. Their customer service is awesome. They got a lot of knowledge. So we're gonna hope that this solves our issue. It's freezing outside again today, but I really want to be able to ride this thing next week and next weekend and get ready for this big road trip. I gotta get some test miles down on this thing because I got a big road trip coming up in like, I think 3 weeks, riding to Kentucky and Tennessee and back. I gotta make sure I got a bike to ride. So I'm gonna get this thing mounted up, kind of walk you through it. I don't know how I wanna run this thing yet. I don't have much more room in my in the neck of the bike to run the cables through that way. So I'm gonna have to fiddle around with it. Don't know if I'm gonna record that because it might get boring. I might just give you an answer when I know how I'm gonna run it. I gotta see how much cable I have in this box. We're running all the way up to our bars. I bought a ram mount, little ram mount to bolt up to the Power Vision. I'm gonna put that right up here on my existing ram mount. My buddy JK hooked me up with a quad lock for my phone. I was gonna get rid of that and then decided I'll just put my tuner there. So let's get into it. All right, so here's the deal. I've got the Power Vision mounted here. Just roughly, I can move that around a little bit. But I'm gonna run the cable down next to all the other cables. My concern, what I would really like to do would be to run it through this hole here, down the backbone of the frame, and then out and back under the seat. But the problem is, I don't think I will have enough cable to do that because it's got to run down. You can see it here. It's got to run down the frame. It goes underneath to back behind the tire, and then it has to come back up. And I don't believe that I have enough slack to run it that way. So for now, just to get it working, I can always change it later. I'm gonna lift the tank. I'm gonna run it along the wires that run to the throttle body. I'm gonna run it down through here, zip tie it along these cables here, and dump it out under the seat. And then I'll probably have to loosen up the ECM and the fuses on the other side to get this cable in. I don't know if I'm gonna run this one out or run this one in, but either way, that's gonna have to come loose to reposition those wires. So I'm gonna get started on that now. We're gonna see if we can do this without it being a complete pain. There's the OEM side. There's our Power Vision. Oh, it looks like that's gonna block us from being able to mount our battery box. So that sucks. Let's try this again. We'll pull this guy out. Pull this guy out. And another thing I just saw too, I forgot to hook up a ground wire before. And I don't remember where the hell that went. There's my ground there. I think it's got to go under this bolt right here. So I still got to loosen all that. Son of a. Okay, let me drop those. Got to pull this, drop those, install that ground, and then we'll tune it. I'll be back after I get that hooked up. All right, I got all that back together. Scooter filled up. Before I go too far with that, I'm gonna add a little octane booster in here. I must have used up the last of what I had. See if I remember how to use these power visions. It's been a minute. All right, let's key on. No ECU detected. No ECU detected. That's not good. Okay, let me power off and see what's going on. That may be part of a problem. I figured out the problem. You gotta have the run switch on. This will marry this PV to the bike permanently and cannot be undone. Is this what you want to do? Yes. Please turn key off and wait 10 seconds before turning key back on. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10. Okay, dinner's ready. I'm gonna go eat and then we'll fire this thing up and see how she does. All right, got the fan rolling. Got the fan rolling in front of it just in case. Come on, baby, be good to me. In better shape. It was already in like the 250s by this point before. I think we might be doing all right. Been about 5 minutes. Kind of up to temperature, but I say we take it for a little ride. See how she does. Temps seem a little up there to me for how cold it is outside, but it had a lot of idle time on it. They're holding way more steady than they were, so I think we're gonna call it good, man. Looking forward to hitting that first really nice ride, really put it to the test. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Still gonna do a full walk around on this thing. Want to get it to my buddy's detail shop, get this thing fully done up. See you in the next one.